I'm looking at AIG right here. This is going to be my next long position. I'm using a new study. It's working pretty good for me to identify trend reversals. This is an intraday chart and it's tracking 9 minutes of each candlestick. That's what the moving average tracks. Now, if the volume is below the previous 9-minute moving average, then it highlights in red. And if it's above it, then it highlights in white. And I mainly watch this when I'm looking for, like I said, the trend reversals. Here you could clearly see that the volume has been declining during this entire down move, which is good for me because I am looking to play this from the contrarian side of a long position. I might even buy a small core position right now. And the reason for that is, you see this low that we put in? I'll zoom in a little more on the 1 hour chart right here. Well, you guys know my strategy. My strategy is that we break back above here with the large candlestick. I buy right here, right around 41.75, and then I put my stop right under there, the previous support level, which was that prior low. And what we really need is to get over this 42.19 level. We couldn't do that the last few times we tested it, which is why we have a sell signal on the PPS indicator, and the on-balance volume indicates that there is volume moving out of the market, which is not good. You see we're clearly below the zero line. Now I'm looking at the daily chart, and this is pretty much the same scenario as on the intraday chart. Instead of it being 10 minutes, it's a 10-day moving average overlaying the volume. And like I said, when it's declining, it highlights in red, ascending white, and you guys could see that it really works pretty well. We've had declining volume ever since we had this initial gap down, and that's what I like to see when I'm taking a long position. So what we're looking for is a big up day so we could get in, preferably over the 42.19, and we need to hold over that. That's right above the 200-day moving average. 42.19 is a critical level, and then you see this yellow line. It's kind of hard to see, but this is actually a key trend line. We still have a sell signal on the PPS on the daily chart, and we also have a sell signal on the 4-hour chart. So if we get above, like I said, the 42.75 level and stick, the 1 hour chart should indicate a positive PPS buying signal. And also note that the news is playing a big part of the role. That's the reason why the stock is down so much in the past 2 weeks. It's down over 22 points. And yesterday, Goldman Sachs and AIG have more bad news on them, saying that Goldman profited over $2 billion from knowing information before everyone else did. Okay, so here is the call that I'm looking at. It's the February 44 call, and it's currently trading at 49 cents. That was the last print. The ask right now is 51 cents. Now, if you thought that our strategy was going to fulfill, this might not be a bad idea to start scaling into the stock. I might take a position here. I just want to see how it plays out going in after the lunch session when the traders come back around 1:30 from taking their break and the volume starts increasing. So when AIG was at $62 a share, this call was worth $16.49, and then now it's trading at pennies. So just letting you know, this is what I'm watching right now. And I'm not going to get too much into the Amazon trade, but I just bought some calls in it. And the reason for that is, look, we're having a technical bounce off the 100-day moving average. 167.02 was our main level for support on a monthly pivot. That really encouraged me to get long because we hit a low of 166.90. And then 167.19 is also a pivot on the weekly S2. Now this is only a day trade, but I'm long the February 175 calls from 235 a share, $235 a contract. Again, I have not fully read the Amazon report, but obviously it was not good, else the stock wouldn't be down roughly 20 points. With the move back up to 170, I will sell my options and I will be flat. there definitely could be more downside, especially if we break below the 167 level. Okay, traders, I'm going to finish up my lunch and get back to work. But later on, when I do the recap of this week's action in the video after the market closes, I'll go ahead and let you know how these positions played out. All right, good luck trading.